Your warriors are losing heart. Warriors are rallying. Warriors have spotted hidden foes. Your warriors have been routed. Your hero is under attack. Of Aphrodite! Retreat! Here we go! Get them! Agreed! I can! Obliterate them! Now we'll see! By Ares, your warriors are rallying!
Man, dude, Paris fucking sucks, dude. He dies so easily, and like he doesn't. It's like, dude, archers are so bad, dude. They're literally worthless.
stand firm for my city.
Are we mere...
Plenty of fighting ahead.
Dude, archers are so bad.
Prince Hector. Create a watch rotor. I can and will.
Those guys are fucking terrible.
Never bested. At once. Prince Hector. As you say.
so bad, dude.
At your command! Hector! Honor and duty! The enemy is receiving reinforcements.
Myths are not stories that are untrue. Rather, they are tales that don't fit neatly into the historical record, which serve as a foundation to a culture. Long ago in ancient Greece, there were two great nations. Achaea, where mighty ships cut across the wine dark sea and philosopher kings reign, and Sparta, land of stoic warriors and the finest craftsmen the world has ever known. For countless years, both nations existed in harmony, though tragedy awaited them. For high above on Mount Olympus, the gods were making their own plans. Zeus, king of the gods, had come into power by killing his father Kronos. And if you remember our previous episode, it was also prophesied that Zeus would then be overthrown by one of his own sons. Thus, when he fell in love with the sea nymph Venus, though he desperately wanted to marry her and have children, he begrudgingly arranged to have her marry Peleus, human king of the Myrmidons, instead of him. The wedding ceremony was a wonder to behold, as all of the marvelous gods attended in their resplendent glory. Hermes, herald of the gods, Hera, Zeus's wife and goddess of marriage, Apollo, god of the sun, Athena, gray-eyed goddess of war and wisdom, and beautiful Aphrodite, goddess of erotic love. These and many more came to celebrate the happy day. But when Eris, goddess of chaos, arrived, she bore a special gift, a golden apple inscribed with the phrase, "To the fairest." Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite all claimed that they deserved the apple, and began fighting bitterly over who deserved it most. All the while, nobody at the wedding was willing to favor one of them for fear of angering the others. To settle the matter, Zeus ordered all of them to appear before Paris, prince of Troy, and let him decide. So the goddesses descended from Mount Olympus and presented themselves before the prince. But each was so beautiful in her own way that Paris could not decide either. So bribery it was. Hera offered him political and military power. Athena offered to make him the strongest and wisest warrior alive. And Aphrodite offered him the love of the most beautiful woman in the world. Paris chose Aphrodite's offer. She gleefully claimed the golden apple as her own, and the deities returned to Olympus. Though Hera and Athena were furious, and began planning their revenge straight away. But that would not come for several years, and in the meantime, all seemed well in both the mortal and divine realms. And Thetis bore a son, naming the child Achilles. Half mortal and half divine, Achilles grew up healthy and strong, and though he was still young, he quickly took his place among the greatest of all warriors. Not half Brad. Also, the time had come for Paris to collect the favor Aphrodite owed him. He yearned for the love of the most beautiful woman in the world, Helen, daughter of the king of Sparta. But it was not a simple matter of matchmaking, because you see, Helen was so intelligent, lovely, kind, and talented that she had dozens and dozens of suitors from every household in the land, and the king was afraid to choose any one of them, out of fear that the others would retaliate in anger. One of the suitors, intelligent Odysseus, proposed the solution. Since none of them would get to marry Helen as long as the king feared them, then they should all agree to defend the marriage of Helen, no matter who was chosen, and then simply draw straws. That way, the king would not have to insult anyone by rejecting them. And the lucky man was Menelaus. brother to the great king Agamemnon of Mycenae. He was not just sent to marry Helen, but also to one day inherit the throne of Sparta. But don't forget, the gods had made their own plans. After the wedding, while Menelaus was celebrating his life as a newlywed, Paris made his way to Sparta to claim what Aphrodite had promised him. When he approached the palace and Helen laid eyes on him, Aphrodite struck them both with such a powerful longing for each other that they eloped together to Troy that very instant. But this, of course, was not happily ever after. Hundreds of men had sworn to defend Helen's marriage, and Menelaus was not going to wave goodbye to love, power, and glory. So he went out to the great walled city of Troy and tried in vain to reason with Paris. But alas, love looks not with the eyes, but with the mind. When no amount of diplomacy or bribery could convince the lovers to part, Menelaus had no choice but to call on all of the suitors to honor their oath and defend his marriage. His brother Agamemnon sent messengers to all of the kings and princes of Achaea, and the message said one simple thing: prepare your ships and ready for battle. For there was not a noble household that hadn't sent a suitor to vie for Helen's hand, and thus, all bound by the pact, the entire nation was going to war. So 1,000 ships set sail from every corner of Greece, forming the greatest fleet the world had ever seen, and they all made for Troy. After a week at sea, the Achaeans finally set foot on Trojan shores. Paris' army awaits them in force, with eager young warriors like Achilles standing alongside veterans, all united by their vow. Spears fly, shields shatter. The battle on the beach is short, and the Achaeans force the Trojans to retreat into their walled city. And there, they wait and wait and wait. The Achaeans hold the beach, but the Trojans are untouchable in their high walled city. Weeks turn to months, months turn to years. And after nearly a decade of stalemate, neither side can claim victory. All the while, the Achaeans built new lives far from home in their camp on the beach, their ships an ever-present specter on the Trojan horizon. And the Trojans, for their part, adjust to life under siege, while Paris and Helen remain deeply in love despite the hardship. Growing more restless every day in their stalemate, the Achaeans bide their time by raiding nearby towns for supplies and wardrobes. On one such day, Achilles, who had grown up to be the strongest of the Achaean warriors, led a raid and kidnapped 2 women as war prizes, Chryseis and Briseis. Agamemnon, commander of the army, claimed Chryseis as his prize, and Achilles, as leader of the raid, claimed Briseis as his own. But this was a huge mistake. Beyond the reasons you would imagine it is. For Chryseis' father was a priest of the god Apollo, and when he learned that his daughter had been taken, he turned to the gods and begged them for help. Apollo, sympathetic to the prayers of his devoted follower, being the god of both the sun and of sickness, struck the Achaean camp with a horrible plague in retribution. Every day, more Achaeans died on that foreign soil, until Achilles had had enough, and he called an assembly that would alter the course of history. And thus, the pride of Agamemnon, the vanity of Aphrodite, the lust of Paris, and the rage of Achilles would bring untold suffering into the world. Myths are not stories that are untrue. Rather, they are tales that don't fit neatly into the historical record, which serve as a foundation to a culture. For 10 long years, the Achaeans and the Trojans have been locked in a stalemate, as the gods above debate who should win.
Your hero is under attack.
For over a week, funeral pyres have illuminated the beaches of the Achaean camp, burning day and night. The atmosphere is grim and bleak. Plague, suffering, death, despair. First, it infected the dogs and the horses, but then Apollo, god of plagues, turned his divine wrath on the men, and now hundreds lay dead. Meanwhile, up on Mount Olympus, Hera looks on concerned. She supports the Achaean side of the conflict, and can't just sit idly by with so many dying. She has to do something. So, she puts a thought in Achilles' mind.
Call an assembly and figure out how to stop the plague. The fate of the entire nation depends on it.
Desperate for answers and hoping for a cure, the Achaean soldiers and kings answer Achilles' summons. There, Achilles asks his comrades if there are any seers or priests among them who can find out why Apollo is angry and tell them how they can fix this. A man stands up. Among the Achaeans, he is renowned for interpreting the will of the gods through the flight of birds, and he says he knows why Apollo's angry. But, certain powerful people might get angry if he says something, so he wants to be sure that he'll be protected from any consequences should he speak up. Achilles catches his meaning and swears to protect him, even if, for the sake of argument, someone like Agamemnon himself, maybe, were to get upset. The bird seer then explains that Chryseis was the daughter of Apollo's beloved priest, and that Agamemnon had dishonored the god by kidnapping her and refusing to accept ransom for her return. The only way to end the plague, he says, is to return Chryseis home, now without any ransom at all. Relieved that their suffering will finally end, the Achaeans support the plan, but Agamemnon isn't feeling it. He points a finger at the seer and says that he never prophesizes anything good about him. It's always evil this and dishonor that. Plus, he explains it off. He doesn't want to give up Chryseis. He likes her better than his wife, thinks she's prettier, nicer, and more talented. Oh, and by the way, he's the king. He will not just sit around and let Achilles have a prize while he goes without one. So then, he proposes a deal. He'll send Chryseis packing, but he'll take Briseis, Achilles' prize instead. Hearing this plan, Achilles then calls Agamemnon's bluff and raises. Oh, heck no. I'm not gonna be giving up my prize, okay? I earned her. Just give up the girl. I mean, you said it yourself. You're the king. It's your responsibility. Agamemnon grows red in the face. I'll give up the girl, but there is no way I'll let you keep a prize while I don't have one. I deserve a prize. Achilles, now fuming, couldn't help but laugh. Deserve? That's rich, because we do all the work, and you just sit around camp all day collecting prizes. Okay, alright, you're just challenging me because you're jealous. Well, you're not better than me. I am the king.
Shut the fuck up, man. Dumb as shit.
Your warriors have spotted hidden foes. Your warriors are losing heart. See me shine. True warriors. Try forever. Strike true. Hunters. Your warriors have been routed.
Retreat! Train for war!
Your warriors are rallying. By Ares, your warriors are rallying. The foe has sighted your hidden units.
Hector! Forget the odds! For Troy! Hector! Ready to act! For Troy!
Withdraw!
Take care. You are losing ground.
Yeah, I think that's really possible.
Withdraw! Valor is rewarded. Prince Hector, make them pay. For Troy's defense. Occupy the city. Never bested. Naturally. Troy endures. My path is clear. Troy's finest warrior. Hector of the Shivering Helm. Undaunted. Hit them hard. Engage the foe. My experience grows.
I think we better tell him. Yeah, I think you're right. There's definitely something wrong. Okay, I'll call him. Archangel Gabriel, come in, Gabriel. Yes, sir, we have a problem. Well, you might want to come over here. Yeah, it's coming. It hasn't moved at all, right? Since crucifixion itself. No, not one bit. Probably should have checked it earlier. I didn't even think to. Me either. Hey, fellas, what's up? Yes, sir. Jesus is still registering as completely dead, but God's fury over man's sin and iniquity hasn't diminished at all. It isn't moving. Hey, it's not right. That should be way down by now. What is it, Sunday morning? Almost, sir. Still middle of the night. A day and a half in. It doesn't look good. It should be halfway to zero by now, right? There's not even a hint of clemency here. This could be bad. Actually, that did back there. What was that? Looks like an Israelite had a bad case of the hemorrhoids and figured he was being punished by the Lord for something, so he ritually killed a goat. And right, and that did placate God's anger a little bit, temporarily. Yeah, I can't that long. Alright, let's check a few things. Can you remember the details of the animal? Ooh, he's still up. Check Jesus' status again. Complete separation from himself. Hasn't worked. I knew this would work. I told him again and again. Making yourself human in order to sacrifice yourself unto yourself to appease yourself won't work. Oh, sacrifice, blood, death. Why does it always have to be death anyway? And why would your own death be so impressive to yourself? Oh, he decides that the only sacrifice that's good enough for himself is himself, so he becomes his own sacrifice and offers himself to himself. Of course it won't work. It's so friggin' stupid. Gabriel, God is just. The price of sin must be paid. What? Isn't that what they told you? Well, yeah, I was told that Jesus is doing this voluntarily out of love and grace. Stop kidding yourself, guys. How do you pay yourself for something? And even if you could, you plan on getting better in a few days anyway, so at best, he's really only kind of renting the price of man's sin to himself for the weekend. It's freaking ridiculous. Of course it hasn't worked. Yeah, when you actually think about it, I was just afraid to admit it myself. So, sir, what happens now? Well, the central pillar of this whole Jesus operation is the failure I was afraid it would be. I think basically we've got to call it all off. Just do the best we can to cover it up. Whoa! Monday was meant to be a huge uncovering of God's truth. This whole 33 years was leading up to that. This was meant to be a victory over death. And if he's still burning with anger about sin, then people are going to go on dying, aren't they? I mean, who's going to believe that he's conquered death if everyone still keeps on dying the way they always have? People might still be able to accept that death is defeated in a kind of delayed way. Oh, come on, that's crazy talk. Look, he's blown it. We just have to cancel everything we had planned. You want to cancel the resurrection? Well, no, Jesus is going to come back, obviously, but just cancel all the publicity, all the events and formalities. Is everybody getting this? Cancel the supernatural live HD holographic broadcast of the resurrection itself to every living person on the planet. Cancel the archiving of the footage that was going to make it provable to every human who ever lived henceforth. And look, I hate to do this, but
defend hard, Troy.
we have to. cancelled the official launch of the New Covenant too. No, we only just got him to agree to all of the negotiations. Jesus has been talking about being nice to each other and to love your neighbours. Oh no, everything else has to be cancelled if we're ever going to have a shot at getting this right. Why? Look, if we can get the world to just forget about Jesus, we'll have another shot at it again in 2 generations. But look, maybe people will accept that he's forgiven sin, but just, you know, it hasn't quite gone into effect yet or something. Yeah, okay, forget it, it's just stupid. But the laws have to stay the same. Well, look, we can't do any proper publicity now because it would make God look silly. And without a proper launch clearly announcing the specifics of the new covenant, the humans would be left in a real moral mess of trying to figure out a mix of the old covenant morality with their very limited understanding of the new stuff that Jesus has been leaking for us. And I don't want to risk that. So I guess we just sit back till Monday then? Yeah, well, there'll be a lot of reorganising to do between now and then. Suffering's going to continue on Earth after all, same as always. Kind of embarrassing to think that he could fix it all by sacrificing himself. Hang on. Did David do this one yet? No, sir, not yet. It's still done? Yeah. Okay, this is our chance. Let's get him out now. Now. It's the perfect opportunity before the sun comes up and people start snooping around that tomb he's been in. I think if we get him out now, people might just assume that Joseph of Arimathea came back and moved the body to a proper tomb somewhere during the night. Are you ready for this? Yep, look, this is it. Battle stations, everyone. I'm ordering a full extraction here before the sun comes up, which only gives us a few minutes. Quick, I want Jesus out of there and back up here without being seen so history can just forget this whole thing and we can start setting ourselves up to get it right next time and save humanity from hell properly. Look, I'm going to need 2 volunteers to go down and get Jesus. You can count on us, sir. Alright, get going then. Okay, I'll pull some strings up here to get Jesus out of death early. Shouldn't be too hard since he's immortal. You've got to meet him on Earth, not let anyone see you or him, and bring him back. Simple as that. We'll mop up the rest afterwards, okay? Quick, you don't have much time before the sun comes up. Let's go! Jesus, wake up. Can you hear us? Jesus, wake up.
Where am I?
You're still in the tomb.
Did it work? Did my sacrifice of me appease me?
Well, Lord, you tell us.
Oh, let's see. I still feel... Hang on. There's still an unquenchable need to have each and every one of them cast into a scalding lake of fire for eternity after they die. What's going on? I was meant to feel nothing but forgiveness.
The mission was a failure, Lord, and Gabriel is super annoyed. He said he told you it wouldn't work.
Oh, I guess there's no buying off the creator of the universe then, eh? Even when it's yourself. Damn, what happens now?
Well, it means that the world pretty much stays the same it's been since the fall, and you stay unable to abide with sin.
What?
Except in the sense that you're here on Earth abiding with it. Yep, and we're getting you out of here early, Lord. The whole thing's cancelled, the broadcast, and all the public celebrations. Even the announcement of the new covenant between you and mankind is being postponed for a few generations.
Hang on, how's that going to play out? You guys told me to start leaking all this new covenant stuff about being nice instead of all those laws that I gave them as my own father. If I don't go ahead with announcing the exact terms of that new covenant you came up with, aren't they going to be a bit confused with which commandments they're actually meant to follow?
Well, exactly, Lord. It'd be very confusing. That's why we're hoping that just for now, all your words won't be remembered.
What? You guys are the ones who wanted to replace all of my laws with the new ones.
Yes, look, we know all that, Lord, and that's why we've got to get you out of here now, quick as possible, okay? We can't do a proper launch of the new covenant anymore, and if you retain any kind of following despite that, then yes, they'll be stuck with this incomprehensible confusion and conflicting moral ideas, and they'll start picking and choosing bits from the old covenant that they like, and bits and pieces of your recent ideas if they like them more.
Picking and choosing their morality. That's quite interesting, because by what moral authority is anyone going to decide which of the things I've been saying recently replace or retract any of the things I said previously, unless I specifically and unequivocally say so at the launch?
Well, on no moral authority, Lord, that's the thing. People who believed in you wouldn't be able to agree with each other because so far you haven't been clear enough. And there's not going to be a launch, so don't worry about that, and let's just get it.
Fascinating. Wait, how would it play out based on only what I've mentioned here and there in the last few years?
Lord, let's not worry about hypotheticals.
No, really. What kind of things do you reckon they'd pick to keep? What do you reckon they'd decide that I would repeal?
If the humans were choosing, I think generally they'd be inclined towards nicer and fairer laws that make life more pleasant for each other, don't you? I mean, they'd stop killing each other for petty victimless crimes like Sabbath work. Do you reckon they would? It was in the Ten Commandments, man. That's pretty clearly against his eternal moral character. You reckon they'd stay concerned about Sabbath work? Sure, they wouldn't just drop everything from the Mosaic Law. I mean, sure, they'd drop slavery. Slavery, really, on their own. I can't see why they would drop that. No, come on, it's pretty obvious that Jesus would be anti-slavery. Love your neighbour. I don't know about that. Jesus, what did you actually say about it?
Well, I said you can buy people and make them your own slaves for their whole life.
No, I mean as Jesus. What did you say in Jesus' form?
Oh, as Jesus, not much. I did talk about how some slaves really don't deserve to be beaten quite as badly as others, and told stories about slave owners throwing their slaves into prison to be tortured.
Right, but were you actually condemning it?
Well, no, I brought it up as an analogy to the kind of relationship that I have with humans. See, I can pretty much...
Okay, so you didn't get as far as saying no more slavery.
You know, it's tricky to say something like that in this cultural context.
Okay, I grant his moral opposition to slavery is a little ambiguous, but he definitely not wanted to treat homosexuals any different to anyone else anymore. Humans would get that, really. Well, yeah, love your neighbour as yourself. How could you justify treating anyone differently just because of their preference in that regard? No, I think that Jesus still wants them stoned to death. Don't you? Jesus not loving? Jesus said to love even your enemy. Okay, maybe not killing them, but it's still an abomination for a man to lie with a man, right, Jesus?
It's really interesting. They've really got a wide spectrum of commandments to pick and choose from, haven't they? And the funny thing is, if people wanted to replace any of the old covenant morality with the newer stuff, really they'd be using my objective morality to prove objectively that my previous objective morality was immoral.
What? Hang on, you've lost me.
Well, if they interpreted my objective moral instruction to love their neighbours as themselves as meaning that killing innocent people was immoral, wouldn't that mean that I commanded people to carry out immoral acts?
Look, they're not likely to admit that to themselves as such, but yes. Which is exactly why we need to get you out of here, Lord. Quick, come on, the sun's coming up.
I agree that it's an absolute mess, but that doesn't mean we have to cancel everything really, does it? I mean, I think we should just carry on regardless. Maybe the less publicity, the better.
What? How would that look? But the moral confusion you'd be leaving your followers in.
But that's covered too. Atheists.
What?
Well, they'll have someone to deflect all their moral confusion onto.
How?
Well, as long as my followers have got someone apart from themselves to accuse of picking and choosing, then they'll be able to feel a little bit better about the fact that they're doing it themselves.
Yeah, look, hold on. At least atheists will be able to be consistent when it comes to things like condemning practices such as stoning and burning people alive and child murder as bad morality.
But the believers will be able to say, but you don't have an objective moral source to base that on, and that'll win every argument.
That's a pathetic comeback, because the atheists will show the gaping holes in their basis for objective morality by forcing the believer to admit that the morality that they claim is objective and universal is simply contextual and cherry-picked.
But they won't admit it, that's the thing, see? They'll just say, but you don't have an objective moral source to base that on. It's the perfect comeback.
It's not perfect. It's crap and full of mind-bogglingly large holes. How can you not see that? Lord, you're describing an insane situation that we simply have to avoid. Come on, forget all of this and let's just get out of here. Gabriel must be freaking out by now.
I'm going to go ahead with the resurrection without any of the publicity.
Oh, Lord, that would really not be in the best interest of humanity this time. You'd end up needing to hurl most of it into a lake of fire for eternity if you do that.
I'll only completely prove my resurrection.
I pay my dues.
Jerusalem and Galilee. No other nation or culture anywhere.
No.
Look, just one news conference so it gets attested to by multiple independent historical sources.
No.
Well, only in Jerusalem then.
No.
Well, just my disciples and a few others here and there.
No.
Oh, come on, lighten up. They'll hardly even recognize me. And none of them will even write it down.
Well, what's the point of doing it
Get
then?
ahead of yourselves. I just want to visit my disciples and show my stuff.
Hello, is anyone there? Look, someone's coming. Jesus, hi, disappear or something.
Always with honor.
Hello there. Lovely morning, isn't it? Just hanging out here. Well, see, lovely too, this, isn't it?
They're taking my lord away, and I don't know where they're putting him.
That's it, yes, the body's gone.
I'm
Joseph and Baron's here, get back and see. May as well just go and get on with your life then, eh? Nice guy, Jesus. Wasn't it a shame what they did to him, isn't it? Yeah, I'm sure the real Messiah will be long. Yeah, time now. Just best be long now.
Woman, why are you crying? Who is it you're looking for?
Sir, if you carried him away, tell me where you put him.
Mary.
Ready to defend.
Oh, Lord, Jesus, you didn't die after all. You must have just passed out. Perhaps you went to a coma or something. I thought you were dead. I thought you were dead. You were asleep or something.
Look, go and tell my brothers, okay? And tell them that I was dead, okay?
Oh, I've seen the Lord. I've seen the Lord. He wasn't dead.
Yes, I was. Yes, I was. What?
I think you just started a really stupid religion, Lord.
As you said. I fight for my city. Don't hold back! Bring their doom! Keep them as slaves. Forward, man! The Great Protector. A difficult road. Protect this settlement. A glorious day for the Lord.
Turns out it's going to be a lot worse than we figured. They're going to be stealing from each other, lying, being cruel, even hating each other and killing each other. This whole fall from grace is worse than we expected.
What about haircuts?
Lord?
the hair on the side of their heads and their beards, are they end up cutting that?
Well, I'll check. Yes.
Why did I make the fruit of that tree so deliciously tempting? No, that's not on. I want that band.
Lord, a ban on cutting the hair on the side of their head. Moving on, Lord, it seems that this sinful nature messes them up so bad that they actually abuse children in some cases.
Do they wear clothes made of wool and linen work together?
Yes.
Right, that too. Absolute ban on that.
If we may, can we direct you towards the thing we think you need to be equally clear on?
Yeah, I heard you killing each other, stealing, sitting on chairs that menstruating women have been sitting on.
Well, those first two, yes. Are you going to prohibit them?
Yes.
Good.
And tattoos as well. No tattoos. I am the Lord.
Lord, you hate oppression and cruelty and stealing just as much as tattoos, right?
Yes.
Well, thank goodness for that, because we've got something that you really need to look at then.
What are they doing?
Well, slavery, Lord.
Slavery, eh?
Yes, and on a massive scale, Lord. It begins right away, and looking at projections, it seems that some of the larger and more powerful civilizations that arise think that it's okay to forcibly take literally millions of people from the continent of Africa, mainly, and make them work for them and practically build their nations for them. Humans actually steal their fellow humans and deprive them of all liberty and dignity for their entire life. They're captured, shackled, often branded, crammed into boats and shipped overseas where they're sold and literally worked to death. Children are born into slavery and live out their entire lives as slaves, not knowing a single day of freedom.
Africans, you said.
Well, yeah, Africa is going to take the brunt of this in the long term. You need to set a clear example of your compassion here, Lord. It's very simple.
To our faith.
Love righteousness and justice, right, Lord? This is just about the worst violation of those who make them.
Right, well, let's do it then. Sounds like something I really need to be very clear about. Let's get this absolutely right once and for all.
I certainly am glad to hear you say that, Lord. So it's really up to you as far as the wording goes. Do you want a do not commandment or a you must not commandment?
Huh?
Well, so far you've got do not invoke the names of other gods. Do not allow a sorceress to live. Both of those are very unambiguous, so we could have do not own another person as property. Or do you want you must not own another person's property, like you have you must not eat any fat or any blood? I don't think you must not. It's kind of property. Yeah, I think so. There's not much chance of misinterpretation. Yeah, but the do not is more of a
Hold on.
Create a watchwriter.
The owning people aspect of it, I don't mind so much. Were there any other aspects of it that you were concerned about?
Well, Lord, the idea of owning people as property is probably a good place to start when abolishing slavery, don't you think?
Whoa, hold on, who's abolishing anything?
Well, Lord, you abolished cross-dressing a minute ago. Don't you think that slavery is equally detestable?
It's tricky, isn't it?
Not really, Lord, no. In fact, these sinful, fallen humans will outlaw themselves eventually. Yeah, Lord, just command it and it's done. You must not buy and sell people.
No, look again, that aspect in and of itself isn't so much of a concern either.
Lord, what?
Now, look, if it's a runaway slave seeking refuge, then that's obviously different. But if it's a fair and square commercial deal, then...
Lord, are you saying that they may buy slaves?
Well, it depends on...
Depends? On what?
Well, you mentioned some situation in the future to do with slaves in Africa.
Yes.
And that they're taken from Africa to other countries.
Yes, exactly.
Well, see, the slaves are from a different country, so... Oh, I see. You guys were thinking that the slaves were going to be my people, the Israelites. Oh, no. Oh, no wonder you're so confused. Oh, sorry, okay. Look, we're obviously talking about two different things, okay? My people aren't allowed to do this to each other, okay? Put this down, okay? You must not rule over your fellow Israelites ruthlessly. Your slaves are to come from the nation around you. From them, you may buy slaves.
Whoa, what are you
An Israelite owning another Israelite as a slave wouldn't be okay. They're only allowed to keep each other in indentured servitude. Right? However bad this African slavery thing gets in the future, it's a totally different thing, okay?
people being made slaves? What, for life?
No. After 6 years, they have to be set free and provided for with food and wine and even livestock when they go. See, it's like a retirement benefit. And you're comparing it to some kind of slavery.
What, they can go back to Africa?
Huh? No, I'm not talking about foreign slaves. You're never hung on this Africa thing. Look, I'm talking about the Israelites. They have to free each other from indentured servitude.
Yes, Lord. Look, I get that you're talking about Israelite indentured servants, but what about the foreign slaves, though?
Foreigners, see, they're from different nations, so...
They stay slaves for life?
No! Indentured servants go free after 6 years. You're not seeing this clearly. Listen, Israelite indentured servants have to be treated kindly and released at the end of 6 years.
Lord, foreigners.
What?
Well, do they get freed? The foreigners that they buy as slaves?
No. You can make them slaves for life.
Whoa.
Israelites are to be free, see? It's a totally different arrangement, okay? You can't even compare it to
You're mandating lifetime slavery.
Why do you keep implying that the Israelites can keep each other as slaves when I'm telling you that they can't? It's just not slavery. It's a totally different thing. This is something they're just trying to opt into voluntarily. It's more like a safety net. If they can't pay their debts, they might opt in to be someone sort of used to
Can I just bring you back to this foreign slave law being sold?
Occupy the city.
It's a totally different
You
thing.
seem to be commanding oppressive lifetime slavery.
Finest warrior.
Israelite indentured servitude has nothing to do with that, though. This is
Talk
totally
about
different.
that, Lord.
Don't you know that if an Israelite kills his indentured servant, he gets the death penalty himself? This is a humane system. The servants aren't property.
Yeah,
They'll
but
be fed and housed by their master and they'll have job security. In fact, these people are job creators. And you're trying to get in their way. Look, the servants can eventually buy their freedom.
I get what you're saying, Lord. We're concerned about what you said about foreign slaves. I'll put it up on the screen, okay? You may buy slaves. They are to come from the nations around you. You can make them slaves for life, but you must not rule over your fellow Israelites ruthlessly.
Right, see, exactly. The Israelites must treat each other with kindness and respect. See?
Good Lord, what we see here pretty much describes the worst and most oppressive and inhumane forms of slavery the world will ever see. It is a shame for many nations to have once participated in exactly what you're doing.
Why are you trying to make it look bad when I'm saying they have to free each other and treat each other humanely?
We don't have to free law.
Right? The Israelites are not slaves, they're indentured servants.
If I may, I'd like to voice a concern, and please just hear me out. If you go with that wording we've got here, people might think that buying slaves from other nations and making them slaves for life was in line with your inherent moral nature.
Well, look, that would obviously be a case of taking my words completely out of context, right? Look, I can take care of that. I'll blow that argument completely out of the water. Ready? Write this down. Do not mistreat or oppress a foreigner. There. How can anyone now say that I'm ordering anything even remotely cruel?
So you're abandoning what we've got up here so far, then?
No, keep that. It's fine.
Well, it just simply contradicts what you've got here.
Well, I'd say that it complements what we've got on here.
Lord, it might be helpful if I describe the characteristics of the slavery that we're trying to avoid. This is what the humans do, and then themselves abolish as being incredibly cruel. Their slaves come from the nations around them. From them, people buy slaves. The slaves become their property, and they make them slaves for life.
That's a totally different...
They bequeath the slaves to their children as inherited property.
Again, that has nothing to do with how the Israelites are meant to treat each other. Look, they have to treat each other like they have to treat each other humanely. Why would you...
Okay, just one more thing then. Can I read a law that the humans come up with themselves? Yeah, it might be something that you'd like to command yourself now, at the outset of human history.
Yeah, go on.
I'll just adapt it to this context. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude shall exist on earth.
It just sounds like some kind of man-made morality, which is obviously inferior to the divine command.
I don't think so.
Yeah, but anyway, my commandments for the Israelites are pretty much the same as that anyway. They probably got that law from me. They're not to keep each other in slavery. They're only allowed to keep, their slaves in slavery.
Foreigners.
And temporary residents living among them. And members of their clan. And the people whose cities they want to know. Right? And actually, I like that bit about put that into but I just need to make it absolutely clear that Israelites aren't to do this to each other, because that would be cruel, and I will never allow it, and it's totally different. I think that's good now. Let's leave that as it is there. Anyone else get my opinion on?
Well, the only other thing was genocide. You're going to be very clearly against wiping entire peoples from the face of the earth, right?
Ready to defend. Bolster the defenses. In Troy's defense. I can and will.
deeds await.
I can.
Prince Hector.
Stalwart warrior. Impossible.
Defender of Troy. Show your courage. Don't hold back.
Okay, everyone, I've looked at the state of my creation, and there's still sin and disobedience everywhere. I've decided that something needs to be done. What? What's the problem?
Sir, whenever you say that kind of thing, it usually means that a lot of people are about to die violent and painful deaths.
Forget all of my past initiatives. I'm going to Earth myself, in human form, and it's going to be the turning point of the history of creation.
That's going to change the world. Are you actually going to fix things or just bully them more like you usually do?
What do you mean?
Like, are you just going to threaten to send rebuke upon them and vexation, fever, inflammation, pestilence to destroy them, extreme burning, blasting, mildew, the terrible botch of Egypt, scabs, hemorrhoids, madness, blindness, the itch that can't be healed, then threaten to allow their enemies to defeat them with swords, and threaten to allow their dead bodies to be pecked apart by birds, or ripped apart by wild animals, and to force them to see other people have sex with their wives, and to allow their children to be kidnapped by their
This
enemies,
map
and
sucks, dude. Why am I fighting on a fucking hill, dude? It's so dumb, dude.
I've never threatened things like that.
So gay, man.
Well, it was okay for that time. You can't judge
Over here is kind of flat.
No one else ever will either.
I bloody bet they will. You watch. How much you want to bet? Come on. They'll be saying to each other, it was okay in that cultural context.
Sir, you were saying about your trip to Earth?
Oh yeah. I'm going down there to perform the blood sacrifice to end all blood sacrifices.
You're going to perform a sacrifice? To whom?
To myself. And it's going to be a human sacrifice. And the human I'm going to sacrifice to appease myself is myself.
Sir, that doesn't make any sense. Well, suit yourself for that, Lord. But listen, for a long time we've been putting together some ideas for things on Earth that really need your all-powerful attention. And since you're actually going there, perhaps you'd like to see our ideas?
Let's have a look. What are these for?
Well, when you go down there and dwell amongst them, it'll be the first time that humans have ever come so close to their designer. So we figured that you'd want to reveal some basic medical knowledge, like teaching them the diseases caused by microscopic viruses and bacteria, and that they can easily prevent diseases from spreading by doing such things. Think of it, Lord. With just a bit of information to get them started, the church you established will be the world authority on health and medicine forever. Think of how clearly that will show that you alone are the one true God.
Well, interesting idea. That certainly would convince a lot of people. But no, I think I'll just tell them that demons are responsible for disease.
Well, you could, sir, but that's not actually true, is it? And they'll figure that out for themselves someday. By telling them that, you'll be effectively shutting down all progress in medicine for centuries. That's right. You're at least going to tell them about penicillin on this trip, aren't you, Lord?
No, even if I wanted to, I won't have time. I mean, between fishing trips and long periods of time spent pranking myself, I don't think I have much spare time to just go around giving mankind life-saving medical information.
How long would it take just to teach them about vitamins and nutrition and hygiene? All you've ever said is that certain foods are unclean, when we all know that they're not.
Look, you want medicine and health? Okay, I'll miraculously heal some sick people. That'll be enough, won't it? I bet no one else is recording human writings as ever having miraculously healed the sick, are they?
Well, actually, I don't understand, Lord. Why do you want to help such a limited number of people in just one time and place when you could so easily give just a tiny piece of your infinite knowledge and then pass on and build upon and help all of humanity?
Look, I know what you're saying, but I want to keep up my mysterious image. It's much more mysterious to be able to end disease, but choose not to.
Alright, health aside, what general scientific knowledge are you going to teach them on this trip to help mankind develop?
Develop scientific knowledge? Well, nothing, of course. What's wrong with life as they're living it now?
Sir, they know next to nothing about the universe they're in, and they're suffering as a result. They come up with silly superstitions and then kill each other over them. You could end that instantly just by revealing a few basic scientific truths. And while you're at it, you could tell them some really advanced scientific and mathematical concepts, so that later, when they confirm those truths for themselves by their own experiments and discoveries, nobody will be able to doubt that it really was you, the Lord of the entire universe in human form.
Hey, I like that idea. Like, I could drop some hint about energy being mass multiplied by the square of the light, or accurately describe the structure of the solar system. But actually, no, I mean, obviously, I've already put in the scriptures that the Earth hangs upon nothing over empty space. And let's face it, I mean, how is that not obviously an irrefutably divinely revealed scientific knowledge about the nature of the universe?
Well, you also told them the Earth sits upon pillars.
No, that one's just metaphorical.
Oh, and the other one's not?
No, the other one's scientific fact. It's hanging in space.
Well, how are people meant to tell the difference?
Well, the ones that are correct are fact, and the ones that aren't correct are just metaphor, of course.
You're going to get them started on electricity at least, aren't you?
No.
Why can't you just tell them about it?
Well, I can, I'm just not going to.
Well, what's going to convince people that you're a human manifestation of the infinite intelligence behind the entire universe?
I've got some spectacular miracles planned.
I've got a suggestion for a good miracle, Lord. Since you're omnipotent and infinitely caring, why not magically turn all of the world's deserts into fertile, productive land, thus impressing everyone enormously and alleviating hunger around the world forever?
Provide abundant food for the whole world? Why go to all that trouble when I can just walk on water in front of a few of my friends and impress everyone just as much?
Just as much? Or why don't you reconfigure the world's meteorological systems to give them the perfect balance of sunlight and rain to successfully grow their crops each season so they don't starve to death?
Well, no. Instead of that, how about I just give myself magical saliva that cures deaf and blind people when I wipe it on them?
Sir, millions and millions of people are going to continue to starve to death throughout the rest of human history because rather than do anything helpful about it, you prefer to go around spitting on disabled people.
Oh, and I'm going to make some wine too. Get this. Out of water! Enough for a whole wedding party!
Is that really what humanity needs, sir? Wine?
You guys have no idea about how to display omnipotence, do you? What else have you got here? Hold on. What's this about slavery? You're saying here I should discourage it when I go down there.
Well, it's a pretty easy human rights choice. And if you don't say anything about it, our forecasts show that it'll be almost 2,000 years before humans figure that out for themselves. And in the meantime, millions and millions of people are going to live lives of unbearable suffering.
Guys, it doesn't matter. I don't know where you get it. What is this? You want me to promote equality between men and women? Women are only about 50% of the world's population. Why should they get such special attention?
Sir, again, we've run the figures on this. Giving women an equal status to that of men is not only fair and just, but it will lead to greater peace on earth. It will even reduce poverty within society. It will reduce
Okay, hold on. You're saying that just by simply telling me that women are equal to men, I could significantly reduce human suffering.
Life on earth would be vastly improved, sir. Please?
No, I just don't want to mess with that kind of thing, you know? It's a cultural thing. I should just stay out of that.
Something worthwhile and actually godlike. Miraculously stabilize the tectonic plates and bring an end to earthquakes and volcanoes. What a great sign of empowering kindness that would be.
No! I've heard enough. These suggestions are all ridiculous, just like yours usually are. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a date with a teenage Jewish chick to prepare for, and let's just say that we're going to comfort her with my rod and my staff.
Oh, not the whole virgin birth thing again.
What?
Just about every saving day ever invented before born a virgin.
That's enough out of you, Gabriel. In fact, get down to earth right now and tell her what you've got in mind.
I'll meet again, sir.
And you might let her know that her consent is neither requested nor required. And the rest of you, get over the silly obsession you seem to have with human welfare and happiness, and start concerning yourselves more with my arbitrary moral demands.
I don't know why we bother.
Hold up. Okay, I need it. This guy attack here. Okay, you help this guy out. You and you. You and you. Over here, please. Actually, no, you go over here. Oh, it's Hector. Oh. Yeah.
Warriors